Welcome to Believe in the Dream with your host, RJ Horner, life architect and beacon of leadership. The show where we help you discover your purpose, design your path, and do the work to live the life of your dreams. Each week, we'll explore the mindset, the principles, and the practical steps that turn dreamers into doers and vision into reality. This is Believe in the Dream.
Welcome, Dream Builders, to another episode of Dream, Believe, Achieve. I'm your host, RJ Horner, and I appreciate you offering your time and tuning in for our show today. This podcast is all about aligning your purpose, fueling your vision, and guiding you to take action on the dream that's inside of you. In every episode, in our very first episode, we talked about what it meant to believe in the dream, how everything starts in your imagination. If you haven't listened to that one yet, I encourage you to go back because it really lays the foundation for everything we're building here today. Today, we're going to take the next step, the power of belief. Why? Because belief is the seed of achievement. You can dream all day long, but without belief, that dream never takes root. Belief is what turns a wish into vision and vision into reality. So let's dive in and explore why belief is the true catalyst for success. Let's start with this question. What is belief? Belief is a conviction, a certainty about something being true, even if you don't have absolute proof. It's an inner knowing there's a difference between passive belief and active belief. Passive belief says, yes, I guess that's possible. Where active belief says, not only is it possible, but I know it's possible for me, and I'm willing to act on it. You see, belief isn't just a mental concept. It's psychological. It shares your identity, your decisions, and your behaviors. If you believe you're capable, you take bold action. If you believe you're limited, you hold yourself back. Belief, then, is not just about what you think. It's about who you might become. Now, let's connect this to leadership. Great leaders throughout history have succeeded, not just because they have talent or have a strategy, but because of the belief they held within themselves. Think about Martin Luther King. He believed in equality and justice so strongly that his conviction sparked a movement that is still evolving today. But if he didn't make that decision, if he didn't hold that belief to be true, we as a society would have never taken the next step to carrying out his vision of men of all races walking side by side together. Or take Oprah Winfrey, who believed she could create a platform that would change lives, even when she came from poverty and hardship, even when people told her, you're not meant for this. This is not for you. You don't belong on the air. You don't belong on TV. Her belief in her vision not only elevated her, but lifted millions of others and still continues to influence people to this day to make change, to grow better, to become something more. Belief is contagious. When you carry it, others feel it. As leaders, entrepreneurs, and dreamers, your belief becomes that beacon that inspires other people to follow you, invest in you, and join you on this journey. Remember, people don't just follow a plan. They follow a person who truly believes. So here's the heart of today's message. Belief is the bridge between dream and reality. I like to call the believe, conceive, achieve formula. Belief is the possibility. Nothing starts unless you decide it's possible. Conceive the vision with clarity. Get specific about what your dream looks like, and then conceive of the plan to go out there and achieve it. Don't just imagine it. Build it. And achieve through aligned action and persistence. Put your belief into motion until the dream materializes. Nurture that belief. Allow it to almost fester in your mind, in your mindset, into everything you do, so that eventually that plan to conceive of this dream becomes a reality. And then work it every day. Put it into action so that you can believe, conceive, and achieve the dream you desire. It's not just theory. It's how the world's greatest success stories have actually been written. Like Walt Disney, for example. fired from his first job for lacking imagination. Walt Disney, of all people, lacking imagination. His first animation studio went bankrupt, but his belief never wavered. That belief led to Disneyland, Disney World, and a legacy that continues decades after his death. He was asked, about whether he really could see um, a world like Disney World, and he said, "Look, if I haven't seen it, you'll never see it." That's what the dream is. That's what allowing it to believe in it will allow you to do. It will allow you to create something that people right now don't believe is possible. They always say something is impossible until it's not, right? The first person who broke the 4 minute mile, until that moment, it was impossible. But then that man broke the 4 minute mile, within weeks, somebody already broke that record as well, right? So take that first step. Believe in the dream, no matter what other people tell you. Believe that you can achieve. And then look at J.K. Rowling, right? Who wrote the Harry Potter as a struggling single mother on welfare. She was rejected by 12 publishers, but she believed in her story. And because of that belief, the books went on to impact millions of readers and create one of the most successful franchises in book writing and movie history. These dreams were born in imagination, but their successes came through true belief. So, how do you build belief in your own life? Here are a few practical tools you can use starting today. One, daily affirmations. Speak your belief into existence. Start saying things like, I am capable. I am worthy. My dream is possible. I am ready. I will take action. I am taking action. These things will help you rewire your subconscious through repetition. Number two, visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself living your dream. Picture it in vivid detail. Imagine it with everything that you can allow yourself. The brain doesn't distinguish between imagined experiences and real ones. So visualization builds certainty. Number three, reframe limiting beliefs. When that voice inside you says, you can't do this, reframe it to, I can, here's why I can. Catch those negative words or scripts and rewrite them. NLP teaches you that our outputs, the things we create, the words come from the words we tell ourselves, come from the talking that we have been conditioned with all these years. But we can change that. We can rewire it by changing the script and rewriting to something more possible, more in line with your belief. Surround yourself with belief builders. Find mentors, coaches, or communities that lift you higher. Their belief will help fuel your belief. And these people will start talking to you in a more positive way, in a healthier frame of mind, instead of the negative talk of others or even the negative talk we tell ourselves. And that leads to number five, which is the power of language. Pay attention to how you speak about yourself. Instead of saying, I hope someday or someday I'll, start saying things I am, and start saying things like I will or I can. These things will start shaping your reality through the language you use. So, as we wrap up today's session, I want to leave you with a reflection. What is one dream you've set aside because you stopped believing in it? And then what belief could you adopt today to reignite that dream? Write it down, speak it out loud, share it with somebody who believes in you. I want to tell you, I used to say I wanted to be a teacher. I also, as a child, wanted to be an architect. And because of the talking of others, the words that people were saying, the negative disbelief, you can't do that. Who are you to, or calling me a nerd or things like that, led me to not want to be a teacher anymore. And then the fact that I could never, at the time, couldn't see myself going to college. It wasn't feasible. So I allowed that dream to die. But then as I started working in to be a coach and started helping people through building their life and building a leadership around their personal vision, I talked to somebody and I shared my past dream that I let die. And he says, look, he says, what? Here you are. You're still a teacher. You're still an architect, but now you're helping people build lives. And that's where RJ Horner, Life Architect, has come from. I am help people build lives by design. I'm helping you build the life you would love to live, to help build your dream and make it your reality. So if this episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear your story. Connect with me on social media. You can find me out there everywhere. I'm RJ Horner. You'll find me on RJ Horner Beacon, RJ Horner Life Architect. I'd like to hear from you. Or send me an email. I am at rjhbeacon.com. Share the dream you're reclaiming and the belief that's bringing it back to life. In our next episode, we're going to talk about seeing it before you or believing it, or seeing it before you believe it. Believing it before you see it is going to be the topic of our next episode. So this will take the belief we talked about today and turn it into clear, tangible vision for your life or your business. So again, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for joining me today on Dream, Believe, Achieve. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and share it with someone who needs your encouragement today. And until next time, keep believing, keep leading, and keep achieving.
Thank you for joining me today on Believe in the Dream. Your dream is not just a wish, it's a calling. And the life you were meant to live is waiting for you to believe it, conceive it, and achieve it. If today's episode inspired you, share it with another dreamer who needs that spark of encouragement. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. It helps us reach more people who are ready to build the life of their dreams. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and remember, you are the architect of your dream.